For number one, the sentence currently reads, Siqueiros was asked to celebrate tropical America in his work, comma. He accordingly titled it America Tropical. Is there any issue with this as written? So, yes, there is. If you notice, we start our sentence, so Siqueiros, okay, we have our subject, was asked to celebrate, okay, so we have our subject and our verb here. So this is a complete sentence up until the comma. This is one complete sentence. The issue is that after this comma, you're starting another complete sentence because you have another subject, he, and then accordingly titled it. You have another subject and verb. So it's two complete sentences in a row with nothing but a comma in between. That makes it a run-on. If you had something like a conjunction, like an and or but here, or something, maybe a semicolon to separate the two sentences, then that would be fine. But since we are only given a comma, we can't have this second part be a complete sentence because that makes this a run-on. So A is out. We have to change this. What about B? B will read, so asked to celebrate Tropical America in his work, which he accordingly titled. Okay, so that's a little bit different, right? Because since you have the word which, that means that you're about to describe the, whatever was mentioned right before this, which is precisely what's happening here. If we say which he accordingly titled, we are just describing or qualifying his work because his work was accordingly titled this. That makes it not a run-on sentence because then this second part isn't a complete sentence, right? If you just started this sentence with which he accordingly titled this, that's not a complete sentence. So that solves our issue of the run-on and definitely makes sense in the context because you're just specifying some information about his work. So it looked pretty good. Let's look at the other answers. C says, accordingly he titled it. So in this case, you again have the run-on because in this case, this makes the second part a complete sentence because you still have your he titled it America Tropical. If you started a sentence with accordingly he titled it America Tropical, that makes, that could be a standalone sentence because it's a complete sentence, which runs into the same issue as A because that makes this whole thing a run-on. So C is out, and D runs into the exact same problem because if we do it was titled accordingly, again, we have our subject verb. It was titled accordingly America Tropical could be a standalone sentence. That means we have, again, two complete sentences in a row separated with nothing but a comma, so that makes a run-on, so D is also out. B is our answer.